The problem is nowadays it's very hard to actually determine what is the right fact, man. For example,
Right.
like, so a fact is a fact, but how do you know a fact is a fact? You can't. Like the way it used to work was we
Right.
had like these set institutions which no one used to fuck with, who used to give us information, and maybe we weren't
Right.
skeptical, but we used to trust where the fuck the information came from. But now you can't
Right.
trust that anymore, right? Like so now,
It's like the thing I sent you on WhatsApp the other day. A very small, friendly example, but like that on a larger scale.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it seemed so true to me. Like I was like, yeah. And had you not identified that, it would have gone on to 100 people as true, entirely true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, not exactly that. See, that is an example of like misinformation, right? That's an
Right.
example. So basically, what you sent me was a picture of Albert Einstein's rejection letter from that university,
Right.
and it just so happened that he did actually get rejected from the university, but the details of that letter were incorrect.
Right. Right.
That is when. But here's the thing: both of us know and acknowledge that it was incorrect, right?
Right.
Now the thing is, there are certain pieces of information which people agree upon, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of pieces of information that like causality of which is not agreed upon. For example, India's
Right.
economy is in shambles. Right? We fucking
Right.
know that. That's something we can't
Right.
deny. What a lot of people
Right.
will argue over is why that happened. Now, a lot of people,
Right.
most economic experts say that this whole downside of this whole process began with demonetization.
Mhm.
A lot of economic experts agree upon that.
Right.
But there's going to be a huge push from the right wing side, which is going to say the
Mhm.
real cause of this is because of the corona COVID virus.
Right.
Even though there is
Right.
enough data to point that this thing was not so
Was happening for a year before that,
Yeah.
or at least 8 to 9 months before
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
And so
And they didn't release some data that year, right?
yeah, we did. We released
I'm
some
not
weird
mistaken.
kind. They delayed the data till the end of the election or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
basically, what happened was like the sources of information were different, man. So like what's going to happen is that there's a bunch of people are now going to start arguing with each other upon the real cause of it, and that's going to be fucking fueled by Twitter, all these opinion posters, all these fucks, and it's
Yeah.
it's like we can't agree upon causality right now because we have such differing realities,
Right.
and it's happening everywhere, man.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, like, with like big news houses, and then I don't know what the correct word for it is, but like micro information, like influencers online or experts in the field. Anyone can be a news broadcaster in some
Yeah.
sense, and news travels instantly online on Twitter or social media. I wonder when that whole dynamic will come to some sort of new consolidated equilibrium. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a question. I
Many
don't
places,
know.
I think
I'm
many
just curious
places
to
it
see where
already
that goes.
has. There have been a few. There
Mhm.
are a lot of these YouTube publications now who YouTube like news agencies. Would you consider
Mhm.
that? Are they as effective as a traditional newsroom? Maybe not. But
Mhm.
I follow
Mhm.
some of them, and what I bank upon is like that person's opinion. So I trust that
Hmm.
person's opinion, right?
Right.
And
Right.
because I trust that individual's opinion, I'm more likely to listen to them in the future. And the thing
Right.
is that they have themselves a track record by virtue of the following and the things that they say, and they have their own political position. So I usually follow moderates, like on the center of the
Right.
aisle in any
Right.
space, and they usually kind of put both points forward. And if they make a
Right.
prediction, I understand like they're giving me the news early, they're giving me all this information beforehand. So
Right.
it is prone to error. I accept that, but I
Right.
also trust that they have the responsibility for giving me the right information.
Right.
And
Right.
there are some great guys on YouTube that can actually
That's
do that.
awesome, man. That's awesome. Share those with me.
Yeah.